care. It was neglected because we weren't allowed to care.
You got your ID on you, brother? Your driver license? You know, it's a roadway right here, right? What's the roadway? The road. So you can't have open containers or anything like that out here in the roadway. There's a little baggie right here.
A baggie?
Something. It's just a little bit of weed.
Oh, no, man. These are not even my pants. These are my French pants.
This is your French pants?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
All right. How long you had them pants on?
I had these pants on. I put them on today.
Today?
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Yellow. Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors. Attack, attack.
First play, Mahomes looking to throw it. It's complete to Hopkins. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. A give right side for Pacheco. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Pacheco. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness is a pretty...
All the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 37 yards. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Well, now how about this return?
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up first and 10 at their 38. First carry here for Joe Mixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Stroud. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now 3rd down and very long. Stroud looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
But if you're a fan of defense, especially this defense, you like what you're seeing here in the early going, playing some great energy, already have a sack, and on that one, came back and forced an incompletion. They're getting after him.
Yeah, boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They're going for it. Here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nico Collins, 74 yards. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
2nd down and a yard.
Yellow. Attack, attack. Yellow. Attack.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That's laid out deep for Rice. And that could be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And Patrick Mahomes, for all of his artistry and arm angles and what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The 2nd quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Yellow. 15. Hey, yellow. Hey, go. Right side.
Mahomes now to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Chiefs have retaken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Stroud out of the gun here. That's caught again by Schultz. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Stroud to throw it. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And this puts them on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once,
And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
and that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most.
Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, 43 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so.
Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now here's Mahomes. That's laid out deep for Rice. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Mahomes going to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. That's laid out deep for Rice. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
This man, don't put a ball.
Continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late drive together. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nico Collins with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Next to score, Texans 28, Chiefs 13. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. And the deficit will hold at 15. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Stroud sets up the play action. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Pacheco gets it up the gut. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 4.
43.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And Mahomes again, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost Stephon Diggs down to the 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Come on. Gotta make some shit happen, man.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Oh,
I kind of feel like
yeah,
they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here.
God, doggy.
For the fourth time today.
Ooh.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And Stroud now to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds Hopkins complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
15.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow. Hey, 15. Attack.
And again, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Pacheco going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Pacheco once more, pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown.
Right.
Here's Pacheco. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
Yellow. Hey, 57.
Mahomes. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Here we go.
Under.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Nick Bolton there on the tackle. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Oh, ready? Drop to the right. Drop to the right.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Speed left.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they...
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Mahomes. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here's second down.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two.
Mahomes.
Damn.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The 71 yards rushing for him now to this point. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and we have it in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over.
They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.
Contract. And one of the most clutch players that ever was. Yes, he was. I agree. I agree 100% myself. Best player to ever lace him up. Best player.
From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're off and running from Ford Field. This return makes it up to the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he couldn't quite get the edge. He goes out of bounds and maybe gets back to the line.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
2nd and 10 now. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. And he gets him around 6 there. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. He's on the move. That's complete to the back, David Montgomery. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And he turns
Stop playing with me.
a gain down to the 9. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short, so that's 3rd and less than a yard. From the gun, Goff.
Stop playing with me. Come on.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Montgomery.
Oh, he missed it.
Scores. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions finish up an excellent opening series. David Montgomery with the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Beats Texas on the extra point. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. McCole Hardman now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackled by Jack Campbell. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. About set for the 2nd quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll be set up with 3rd and only 1. Shotgun handoff to Piron. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They're going for it with Mahomes. Throw caught by his running back.
Oh, good stop.
Drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Pass is caught. That's Tim Patrick. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
A toss play, Montgomery. A lot of grass ahead. He will go. Touchdown, Detroit. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Hardman with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. The Chiefs trying to make some noise before halftime. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. From the gun, Piron. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 43. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play. Third and short. Here's Mahomes. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. He throws a bullet to the...
No way.
It's intercepted.
Get it.
Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions get the football on the 1st turnover of the contest. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
And his perfect start is over. That's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Goff back to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Off play action. Goff. Chased out to his right. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. He's going to be touched down as that return comes to an end. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Hardman with a return. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Now a pitch play to Pacheco. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Now we'll give up the middle to Piron. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They run once more with Piron. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Trying it right side with Piron. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flush down now to his left. He's running with it. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He's got it. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. Straight ahead they go with Piron. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Chiefs now within 1 score in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Here are the Chiefs facing a massive 2-point try. Oh, he lost the football. But it looked like the Chiefs got this one back. Ooh, lucky break there, making that recovery. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Here's Raymond on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll only let him get up to around the 28 before taking him down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Gibbs. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. It's Montgomery on 3rd. And he's brought down for a loss. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining this game. The Lions readying for the punt. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. He'll get it at the 9. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. To the air, Mahomes. He beams one deep right. Risky throw, and it's intercepted. That's Carlton Davis. And the Lions are going to take over after the interception.
I know he started the play
Damn,
as a
I threw it
defender,
away.
but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. Wouldn't make those offensive coaches.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning. A give up the gut to Montgomery. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Only 3 yards. They're going to need a much bigger play than that on a lengthy 3rd and goal. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions leading by 8. Looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Bates' kick is up and good. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here, although if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Montgomery. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions lead by 15 now. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Hardman with a return. First and 10 now from the 30. They pitch it out to him here. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. New set of downs for them from the 46. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Trying to push it deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. And all right, it's a touchdown in the final moments, so win still very unlikely, but a sliver of hope now after that play. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Here are the Chiefs facing a massive 2-point try. Mahomes throwing for 2. And this is going to be cut for 2. So some fight left in them. Love it. It is back to a 1-score game. Okay. They've got a shot at this now, Brock. However improbable it may be, that 2-point try makes this a 1-score game.
And that's all you want, Kate. You just want one more shot, right? Just a little bit of life. Hands team, get yourself ready to go get this football. You get the ball back, take a shot to the end zone. I know this. Crazier scripts have been written in the NFL before us, and they'll be written following us, too.
And this is brought in by the Lions. That should be enough to secure them this win. Timing's so important for a team to recover its own onside kick, but jumped the gun there before it went 10 yards, and that drew the flag. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee. Let the clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's one for the win column for the Lions. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Arrowhead. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Carr right away going to look to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Carr. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Saints first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. Kamara up the middle. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Carr now to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. To throw is Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Again, it's Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line.
What down?
And the tight end goes in motion left. Now Carr. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And that's going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's 2nd down. Now a play fake. Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. Now Carr. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this defense delivers. Turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. Our side.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Hey, 57 color, 57 color.
Here's Perine again on 2nd down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. Good push up front in that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They run it with Perine on 1st down. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Samaje Perine, 64 yards. And the Chiefs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing now is Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Working from the gun, it's Carr.
Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
And Xavier Worthy, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Carr.
He lets it go deep for Olave. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one.
Don't quit.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Nicole Hardman now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. His first offering of the game winds up incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He put everything he had into this one. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Travis Kelce, the intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down throw, Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
4th and forever coming up. They kick the running back in motion. Mahomes to throw for it. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Brought in inside the 20. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
First down from the red zone. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs finish up an excellent opening series. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Reed now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 9. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31. Right to the air. It's Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 now. Throwing deep for the end zone. And the defender comes away with it. Picked up by Jalen Watson.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Shotgun handoff to P-Ron. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes.
No way. No way.
And the Eagles get to it.
All
and
right.
They stop him before he gets much
Okay.
on the return.
All right.
Wow, oh, wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Eagles cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Wow, Brock, hard to imagine a more effective play in their entire playbook for that particular spot right there.
You know, you get in this red zone, Kate, you want the ball in the hands of the guys you do trust the most to score. In a lot of cases, well, you trust your quarterback, and all he did was add to that trust.
They can go to the locker rooms tied if they put this through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hardman with a return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll take over here. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down. Mahomes. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Back to throw, Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the 41. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Eagles put together a wonderful return. Gets them back inside the 40 following the interception. Oh, boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. The run nets them 9, so a little easier for them now. It's 3rd and 7. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Eagles with a chance to score and take a lead into the locker room. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance. On 4th down, Hurts. He throws a bullet deep to the right side.
No!
It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles get some late points and the lead. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They've got a man in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun. And he just got away before the hit.
Y'all really getting locked up.
It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Third and long for him here. He puts some juice on it deep. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles will take over beyond their own 40. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Gets everything he has under this throw.
No way.
Inside the 10.
Come on.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now it's 2nd down. Another look for him, Brock. And hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
43.
Mahomes trying to get here on 2nd and 10. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Now it's Mahomes.
Oh, yeah, don't burn.
And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That goes as a punt of 43 yards. And the Eagles will take possession.
Great.
First down throwing for Hurts. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. And he has the catch, gets both feet in.
Oh, wait.
The Eagles get...
Oh, I can't challenge it.
In a lopsided 1st half.
Ooh, gotta want to challenge it.
Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our 1st half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that 1st half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the 2nd half has in store for us. Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Look at this. The wideout gets it to start this drive. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. A play fake now hurts to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That's why these coaches get paid, Kate, what they get paid. You got to make adjustments. That's a different look at defense than the one we saw in the first half. And you got to keep fighting, keep scratching, keep clawing, because that effort is going to be key here the rest of the way.
They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Working quickly here. From the 17. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. And it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They'll go. It's Mahomes. Buys time, rolling right. Possession.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed twice.
Room for him past the 30. Along the sideline past midfield. Along the sideline
To the part, man.
He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
You got it, big dog.
It's the venue that's had plenty of success come through it since the mid-2010s, as well as a few Lombardi trophies. It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Jake Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Kansas City. Nicole Hardman now on the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, rip list. Hey, 57.
Mahomes starting off with a throw. That's the rookie from Texas hauling it in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Hey, yo, hey, go going.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. Rolling left, buying some time. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended in interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference. Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and out third down. Again, Mahomes to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And they're gonna be stuck with a 4th and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Another throw for Mahomes. He finds him beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the gun, Piron. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Attack!
Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Offense in the hurry up here.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Hey, 43, 15. Yellow.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He's on the move. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Throw right side is caught by Hopkins. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Offense up to the line fast.
Attack!
It's 4th down.
Attack! Yellow. Attack!
Mahomes to throw for it. Has it in close. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
63.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. from the 29. He's got Devontae Smith. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of one. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. Blast through midfield. Oh, stiff arm. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belt. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that second level.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. So second down coming up. Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That pass caught by Dotson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Into the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. The Eagles pushing for points. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Hurts now from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. Running in the red zone. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Hurts throwing again. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles earn the chance to tie before halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Eagles start off well to tie things 7-7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
They send a man in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the press for moving the chains that time. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout. Working inside the red zone. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's second and goal. Back to the air, Mahomes. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
First down, a run with Barkley. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back in his own end zone, looking to throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Looking to throw. He'll get this one to Brown. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. Fields the hard squib kick. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards. First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Looking to throw. Has a man. It's Brown. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Intercepted in the end zone. Drew Tranquil with the pick. And the Chiefs are tackled close to their own end zone, but the important thing is they got that football back. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Second down run by Pacheco. Hits the sideline to the 20. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. We're tied at 7 apiece as we get ready for the fourth. Football on that 47-yard line, first down.
Yellow. 50, yellow, 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 yellow.
Right back to Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors.
Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Fire down these two.
He's back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down, and they go right back to it. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Hey, 43, 15.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Gets himself free. Taking a big shot for the end zone. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs in range for a game-winning score. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Come back.
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. Give him only 3, and that brings up 4th down and 8.
It's 4th down.
Attack!
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. This will be a 44-yard look. That one is good! And late in the fourth, they have grabbed the lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Chooses to bring this one out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
Trailing by one score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Back to throw. This one finds Goddard. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game. But boy, Brock, what a shot. To throw. He's got time here. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. Lengthy fourth down try here. They need 6. Now to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs make the play that should win them this game. The fourth down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it.
And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And the struggles from the last play carry into this one. This also just gets back to the line. So score this a win for the Chiefs. And it still shows up as a victory for them, Brock, whether they score 50 or they have a rough day putting points on the board. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Kansas City. From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And we're underway from Kansas City. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Yellow, yellow. Right side.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Going to the ground again on first. And that's good for a gain of 5. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. It's Pacheco again. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Leonard Williams applying the hit there. It's Pacheco on 3rd. And he's able to get this down to the 36. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Yellow. Hey, 43. Right side.
They'll run now with Pacheco. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Working quickly here.
Hey, 57, 57, color, 57, color. Right side.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's brought down after a short gain.
15, 15.
32-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Attack, attack. Right side.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it falls incomplete. And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Broke through the tackle. Past the 35. And he's down all the way to the 30. Offense in the hurry up here. Rucker on first down. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Offense up to the line fast. They motion the tight end over. This is Walker on 2nd. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Through 1 quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. They've got 3rd and 8.
13 in.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. He's trying to push the field. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks get the game's first points here in the 2nd. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Nicole Hardman now on the return. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yellow. Hey, color. My time.
A give to Pacheco to start the drive. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 2nd and 10 now. Rolling out to his left. On the run. Heaving it back. Oh, a big risk. No surprise here. They intercept it. Reek Woolen with the INT. And the Seahawks put together a wonderful return. Gets them back inside the 40 following the interception.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Running left, here's Walker. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Putting a receiver in motion. Running with Walker again. Has a big hole left. And he has it all the way down to the 8. Working quickly here. 1st and goal. Here's Walker. Is in. Touchdown,